Hey, what's up guys, Adam here, and this is going to be what's on my Android May 2015. So any further ado guys, let's go ahead and get right into it. So my recent current daily driver is the Gionee eLife E7, and I've actually done a full review of this phone a few weeks back. So if you haven't seen the review, that'll be the first link below that like button. So go ahead and check that out before you go ahead and watch this video about this phone. So one of the things I actually touched upon was the interface of the phone, the custom interface, and that was called Amigo UI 2.0, and it was a pretty badly designed interface. So as you can see, I'm actually running Nova Launcher since I wanted to get a custom launcher that was pretty close to stock Android, and this was the best one to choose from for this phone. So starting off with what's on my home page. Now the first thing I've actually got is two widgets, and the first widget is going to be the Google search bar with the voice activation enabled, and then below I've actually got another widget which is going to be the time, date and the weather. And that's a very useful widget to have because, as you know, I live in the UK and the weather is a bit unpredictable, so it's always very useful to know what the weather is going to be like. I mean, a few hours ago it was actually pouring down with rain, and now the sun decided to come out for the afternoon. So as you can see, it's very useful for me to go ahead and have the weather widget along with the date and the time. So now moving on to my principal apps, i.e. the apps that I use on a day-to-day basis. So starting from left to right, I have the eBay app, probably one of the most main online shopping sources that I use as opposed to Amazon, so I don't really use Amazon that much as opposed to eBay. Then I have the Google search app, I have Netflix, I have the navigation app, and of course being a car driver it's very useful to know where you're going from A to B. Then I have Instagram, I have the Play Store, I have WhatsApp, I have Maps, again similar to the navigation app. I have Facebook, I have Gmail. Of course, having Gmail, being a YouTuber, you're probably going to have some sort of Gmail account attached to your YouTube account. I have Snapchat, and of course I have YouTube. Now on my main dock, I'm going to go ahead and have the camera app, so I was always very used to go ahead and switch over to the camera to take those very quick photographs. I have my messaging, I have my app drawer or my app menu option. I have, of course, my contacts, and finally I have my dialer. So I haven't really got a lot of stuff on my second page. Again, I have the Google search bar, I have the mini settings widget, so I can go ahead and enable my Wi-Fi, I can enable the 3G, or I can enable the Bluetooth. Then below that I have the calendar, and then below that I have my main settings app, and then of course to finish off on this page I have Spotify open as well. So moving on ahead onto my app drawer. Now I'm going to be honest, a lot of these apps on the app drawer are either bloatware or rather been covered on the home page, so I'm going to try and avoid those and mainly cover the apps that I actually haven't covered. So the next one is going to be the Argos app. Now Argos is a UK home retail store, and they mainly sell household electronics and gadgets, so I tend to use that since I do use that store quite a bit, so it's always very good to have the app for that store as well. Now the next app is going to be Asphalt 8, a great racing game, kind of like Gran Turismo for your smartphone. It's got really good graphics and I really enjoy playing it. The next app that I've got is going to be Blur Image. Now it's kind of like an After Effects app, kind of like Photoshop for your phone, but you can go ahead and color pop certain photos. You can go ahead and blur the background, so you can kind of get like a shallow depth of field going on with the image that you're working with, or like a bokeh kind of effect. So I actually enjoy using that app as well. So moving now on to, I've also got Chrome on there, which is going to be the browsing, of course, the browsing software, rather than having to use the generic one that comes with the phone for using Google search, for example. So on the next page, basically got the Facebook Messenger. Again, I got the navigation, which I kind of covered on the previous home page. I've got the London Midland train service app, which is very useful for me to have, since I do tend to catch a lot of trains as well, even though I do drive the car as well. Then I've got my music app, where all the music is going to be imported for the phone. I've also got the notes app, which I tend to use infrequently. If I want to make the odd note here and there, I tend to use the app now and then. Next, I've also got the Nova settings app, which of course is going to come with Nova Launcher. Then to the right, I'm going to have the West Midlands bus app. So when I'm standing by the bus app, I can go ahead and get a live showing of when the bus is coming to the stop and the exact time it will be at the stop. So I'm going to be in time to go ahead and catch the bus. And then on the third page, I've got a game called Pro Snooker. And I do like playing snooker, so I went ahead and got the app for the smartphone anyway. So I thought, hey, why not get this and see how this game works? And it's really good, and it's really fun to play as well. I've also got Ratchet & Clank. I've always been a big fan of Ratchet & Clank from the PS2, so I thought I'll go ahead and get it for my phone as well. I've got Real Racing 3, which is very similar to Asphalt 8 in terms of the graphics and the realism of the game. I've also got Snapchat, of course, I mentioned before. I've got the sound recorder. I've got Spotify, as you saw on the widget on the second page. I've got Tango, which I tend to use to video conference with my cousins over in America. I've got Temperon too. I've always been a fan of Temperon, so I'm going to make sure I got that on my phone as well. Again, a lot of these ones are going to be just bloatware underneath it, but of course I've got Twitter as well, which I tend to use to make the odd tweets on my phone, even though I do most of my tweets on the computer. And then on my last page, I have got of course, the built-in generic video player. Got the voice search, again comes with the phone. I've got WhatsApp, and then finally to finish I've got YouTube, and then the rest of them are just basically just bloatware as well. So as you can see, I've got quite a bit of bloatware on the app drawer itself. I'm going to try and actually, maybe in the future I'm going to go ahead and root the phone so I can try and get rid of some of, well, quite a bit of the bloatware on the phone, just to clear things up a bit and make it run a bit smoother than it is running with all this bloatware, even though the 3 gigs of RAM isn't going to be too hard hit by all this bloatware. So that's pretty much what is on my Android for May 2015. Now if you enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to give it a big thumbs up down below, and of course leave a comment down below of how I could improve the video or whether you enjoyed the video, and definitely sure to go ahead and subscribe if you want to go ahead and see more tech videos in the future. Anyway guys, this has been Adam here. Thank you for watching, take care, and of course I'll see you guys in the next tech video. Bye for now.